Now see, my plan just changed a little bit, didn't it? I was hoping to just put one coat over that and let that dry and then put skip trowel over that. But because I felt I needed to put a little bit more on there, I'm gonna do that. But that's okay. All the other small little bits and pieces that I did, those will be dry sooner than this patch. But as soon as those get dry enough, then I can start doing my little skip trowel, you know, on all of the different little patches that I did. Okay? All these little patches, I can work on those and put the little skippy trowel on there. I can go around that light. I can take my time. And the good thing is, all of this is with the all-purpose joint compound, and it's a wet material, so it's not going to dry up. I've got all the time in the world to do those patches. So I can do that while I'm waiting for that one there to dry. Now there's one of the little patch areas up on the ceiling. Okay, right there. Now when can I start putting skip trowel around there? Well, see how it's white around the edges? I want the whole thing to be white, or pretty much just about all of it. Then I can start doing the skip trowel. I don't want to put the skip trowel in there now, because then it's going to start pulling some of the existing smooth mud off of there, and then it's just going to be a mess. Okay, so you want that to get pretty stiff before you put your skip trowel on. And what am I going to use to put the skip trowel on with? What material? I'm going to use the all-purpose joint compound again. Easy greasy. Well, so far so good. This is how your patches are going to look right now. Look at that patch. That looks pretty good. We still got a little bit more work on that, but you see how much bigger that patch is growing? That's okay. That's what you have to do to blend it in. Okay, so we got all the other little patches. We did a good job on those. Got up around that. And all those patches are going to go away once we put that skip trowel on there. You don't put enough coats. If you don't wait properly, you're not going to get a good job. That's why I use the quick set. Had you have put on just all-purpose joint compound over the first go, there's no way whatsoever that you could get done in a day. It would probably take you a 3-day process, because you're supposed to wait between coats. You've got to let that the all-purpose joint compound dry all the way, or else it's going to shrink. Okay, so there's no way we'd be up to this point already at all. It's important for you to remember, because if you don't do it this way, you use all-purpose joint compound on your entire patch areas, and if you don't go 2 or 3 days, at least a 3-day process, you're going to see your patches. I don't care what you say. You're going to see them, depending how deep the mud is and all that. Talk to any sheetrocker and they'll tell you when they do a patch, they use quickset. Now the reason why they use quickset, why is that? Well, they don't want to come back 3 times, do they? They want to go one time. Time is money. Trips cost more money. So they can get all these patches done in one trip. That's what they're going to do. And to think about that further, what mud would they have used? They probably would have used 5-minute mud or 15-minute mud, something like that. I used 40-minute mud. That's why it's taking me this long to get to this stage. So think about that when you pick up your mud. Now, if you haven't done very many sheetrock patches and repairs, don't start out with 5-minute or 15-minute mud. You're going to get very frustrated, because you're not going to be able to work with it before it goes off and gets hard in your pan, or gets hard up here before you get it smooth. Okay, start out with 40-minute or 45, 60-minute mud. Step by step. I know you can do it. Hey, I'm just an average Joe. You know that? And if I can do it, you can do it. Now, if a professional came in here, they wouldn't use as many coats as I'm showing you, But you know what? You're not a professional, are you? So I want to show you exactly what you're going to have to do to get a professional looking job.